days ago, Senator representing Abia South Senatorial District called for immediate resignation of President Muhammadu Buhari because he has failed in ensuring the lives of Nigerians who are being killed every day by either Esme or Boko Haram. The senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity, GARBA SHEHU, attacked Abaribe, accusing him of assisting NNAMDI KANU escape. He also said Abaribe should be in jail in replacement of NNAMDI KANU. However, NNAMDI KANU has taken to his Twitter handle to debunk GARBA SHEHU. He said he didn't disappear and jumped bail. Rather, he said soldiers came to his house to kill him, so he ran away to save his life. He also gave account of how he escaped. In his words, he says, "It was 14th September 2017. I woke up with a start. It was about 4 p.m. I was still recuperating and I was sleeping that afternoon in my room, and someone was shaking me and calling my name. I blinked. I must have started involuntarily. I was in my old home in Umahia. My parents and other members of my family were there. Brothers, nephews, nieces, cousins. We had friends and supporters outside and inside. I had felt safe, secure. Then I heard the gunfire and I understood that the man standing over me was trying to tell me I had to get up. I had to get out now. Soldiers had come. They were attacking the compound, shooting, killing my friends and my family. But I refused to go. I suppose for a minute or so I refused to believe what they were telling me, that the soldiers had come to kill me. I would be shot in the head, dumped among my dead companions in a shallow grave on the side of some road. They would say I had resisted arrest. They had opened fire on the soldiers. That we were to blame, but we had no guns in the house. We only had our voices, and my men had been telling the soldiers they had no right to enter. My name is NNAMDI KANU. I am the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. All my life, my colleagues and I have been working for Biafran self-determination, the right for the people of Biafra to choose their own destiny, to be free from persecution. You may remember the Biafran War 50 years ago. In May 1967, Biafra was left with no choice but to secede from Nigeria, only to face a vastly superior invasion army and a blockade of food supplies supported by governments as diverse as the UK and the Soviet Union. You may remember those photographs of starving children, their bellies distended, crying with hunger, crying without tears because their tears ducts had dried up. Dying mothers, Biafran youth dead on the road around Port Harcourt. How many Biafrans were killed because of this deliberate policy of the starvation has been argued ever since, but it is in the millions. We believe 5 million. Other estimates are anything between 1 and 8 million. But a handful of adults and children would have been too many, never mind millions. It was a terrible and inglorious beginning to post-colonial African history, but that was 50 years ago. Now, today in 2019, the violent, brutal persecution of the Biafran people by the Nigerian state and their supporters continues unabated. I will give you facts and figures. I will tell you about the murders, the beatings, families driven from their land, young men unarmed except with the flag of our country, shot dead in the streets by those ostensibly sent to protect us. I will tell you all these things. But first, my men began to drag me from the bedroom. I protested. I didn't want to leave my home. I wanted to confront the soldiers and ask them what they had come for. In just less than a month, I had a court hearing. I was determined to be there. My story would be told. The world will know how the Nigerian security forces tried to keep me in prison without trial on trumped-up charges. How they refused to bring me to court when a judge demanded it. How they ignored the bail that had been posted. How there was still some faint ghost of independence among Nigeria's judiciary. I will stay for that. I was being bundled down the stairs and housed into the compound at the back, away from the soldiers who had forced their way into the front of the house. My men pushed and pulled me towards the high perimeter wall. Overhead, I could hear helicopter gunships, their propellers whirring with that sick, lazy beat they have when they hover. More gunfire, shouting, soldiers shouting, my men shouting. I realized the soldiers were not here to arrest me. They could have done that at any time. These were crack troops they had called in the Air Force. They were not here to negotiate my surrender. They are here to kill me. I was being bundled down the stairs and out into the compound at the back, away from the soldiers who had forced their way into the front of the house. My men pushed and pulled me towards the high perimeter wall, which ran the full circumference of the compound, 10 feet high. Somehow they manhandled me to the top of this and I fell to the ground the other side. A sharp pain literally took my breath away. My limbs failed. My mouth opened, but I couldn't take in air. I had fallen on my left rib cage. I gasped, convinced that I had punctured my lung in the fall. I heard footsteps and people talking, more gunfire, and always the sound of helicopter blades ripping up the air above me. Then I blanked out. Soldiers came to kill me. I would have been shot in the head and dumped in a shallow grave with my dead companions. At the height of the war in 1969, 12,000 people a day starved to death in Biafra. More than 50 years later, and the violent persecution of the Biafran people by the Nigerian state continues unabated. NNAMDI KANU on the battle for self-determination. So guys, we've heard the explanation and narration of NNAMDI KANU. Ordinarily, in my opinion, there wouldn't have been need for this, but for the record purpose, it's good that he did that. But this wouldn't have even come up in the first place, because people who are really open-minded, they know the right thing, they know what has happened, they know the role people who were in charge, the role each and every one of them played, whether they are from Biafran side or they are from the Nigerian government. They know every role that each and every one of them played. But the question is that I don't know the relationship between resign, don't resign, resign because of this, resign because you have failed, resign because you have not met with your promises, you have not fulfilled your promises, you have not met the requirements, or you have not met the all the things that you promise people. Everything is not going the way they ought to go, and somebody is coming out to say you have to resign. Even in a saner environment, in a saner climate, with even any little whatever, they will even resign. And that was what brought this whole thing, and that was why I said in the first place there wouldn't have been need for this explanation in the first place. But because Abaribe said President Muhammadu Buhari, resign, you have failed. People who are always saying the truth say you have failed. They are saying it, resign. That is what the man said. And what he said is not different from the reality we are facing in this country, most especially the area of insecurity. And everybody knows about it. And the next thing, they replied, oh, you have to produce NNAMDI KANU. You are the one who allowed NNAMDI KANU to escape, this and this. What has that got to do with the issue on ground? If that is the case, are you the judge? Are you the court? Let the court decide. Let the court state those facts, if they really have one. If the government has one, they have lawyers. Let the lawyers state all those facts. What has that got to do with a NNAMDI case? They are telling you that your principal has failed. That do the needful. You are living down on going petty. Very, very laughable and unfortunate. And as somebody said, and the next thing, it resulted into abuse, calling Baribe names. And somebody said it's very, very unprofessional of him. We are talking of lives, lives of people, what people are going through in the country. And they are telling your principal to resign. And the next thing you jumped from that one to NNAMDI KANU, that he was the one, that it was Abaribe that made way for NNAMDI KANU to escape, to jump bail. What has that got to do with the issue on ground? Because me, I even tired. That is to tell you that the issue on ground, what they have challenged you for, you can't even justify it. You can't even explain it, because what do you want to explain? The same rhetorics they've been singing right from time immemorial, at least with all those propagandas in 2015. See now, I can do this, I can do this. We have the power to do that. Oh, it is the PDP, the former administration. They couldn't do anything. We have all it takes to do anything. Okay, now do it now. We can't see anything. The next thing again, that turning around again to blame PDP. That it is PDP that is causing all this wahala. The issue that they are supposed to tackle, okay, PDP causing the wahala. You are not in government. Deal with PDP. They are the ones, according to what you said, according to what APC is saying now, that it is PDP that is causing this whole trouble. And you are there, you have the power to deal with anybody who is making the country ungovernable, who is causing chaos in this country. You cannot arrest them. Boko people, you can't defeat them. The bandits, nothing. The Fulani men, they will get them, they will arrest them. Before you know it again, they will release them. Now that we learned that they've arrested some of the Fulani leaders and Mieti Allah, whatever, in Plateau State. Some people say, don't just bother yourself, because at the end of the day, they have taken them to Abuja. At the end of the day, you will not hear anything. All those on a wash until they do the needful. When people see that really you are serious with this business, before they will take you serious. You guys, you left all of those things. Now you are in charge. If it is PDP that is causing this wahala, deal with them now. Are they powerful again? You have the power. You have all it takes. You said your service chiefs are there. You have the SSS. You have the DSS, who are always gathering an intelligence report. Yet they cannot even fish them out and arrest them. If you are sure it is PDP that is causing this wahala, arrest them and put them behind bar. So what are we waiting? What are you waiting for? You left all those issues now. It is NNAMDI KANU now that GARBA SHEHU could really pinpoint, because he couldn't justify, he couldn't really defend the issue on ground, the issue of insecurity. He couldn't defend it. The next thing, was just to get at Abaribe, in person. I beg you. So that's why I said, in my opinion, this explanation from NNAMDI KANU wouldn't have been necessary, but for record purpose, it is good. Let him hear, because he said the man jumped bail. Now he has explained how everything went, so that GARBA SHEHU will get it. For GARBA SHEHU to even say it, he's not in the position to say that, because it is court that will decide the whole thing at the end of the day. So guys, that is just my own opinion concerning this whole thing. So guys, let's hear your own take concerning this. Leave your comments below and let's learn from you. Thank you very much. Bye.